I revisited one of my favorite games of all time this year, Super NES's Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen. I think I was kind of inspired to do this because I saw someone who has a YouTube channel and plays a lot of Super NES games. I forget his name, but he goes through all the RPGs for Super NES, and he stopped on Ogre Battle, and he really didn't like it. So I think that was the impetus for me playing it, or maybe I started playing it and then I found his review. It all blurs together, but um, I played it. I think I got probably into the latter half of the game, maybe 2/3 of the game. I seem to remember starting to get paladins and stuff like that. So I think I went into it with a more critical eye because it is kind of a weird, it is kind of an odd game and a broken game in that if you want to win, you really don't follow, or you don't really have to follow what the game wants you to do. The game doesn't do a great job of explaining what to do, and honestly, how I know how to play the game is based off a lot of guides and stuff like that. And I was better able to manipulate alignments and those kinds of things in order to get the character classes I wanted. But this game, especially compared to the N64 game, it does feel kind of limiting in what the classes are, and almost limiting in the kind of flexibility you have to make different units. And you get so many good characters that the game kind of revolves around them in a way that was unlike when I first started playing the game as a kid. So it kind of led me to wonder like what it is about the game I actually like what are the game design aspects that appeal to me. I think I had a friend who was playing it at the same time, and I think he was wondering that even more than I did. And I think the conclusion I came to was like, I like the choices that you can make, not only in fighting, but also in character management and army management and stuff like that. Like I think that's the thing that appeals to me. But when you come down to it, in this game, it really rewards you for wizards, basically. Like most of the good characters are probably high alignment. So things like dragoons and paladins, princesses, stuff like that. Like they're all on the high alignment scale. And I think the intent of the game is for you to have the choices that you can go low alignment, you can go high alignment, or you can go right in the middle. But functionally, it is very difficult to go right in the middle, and there's not a whole lot of payoffs to going that route, I suppose. There's some payoffs to going the chaotic or the evil route. There are some characters, like, I mean, all the wizards basically, you want to have those on your team just because of how powerful their all attack spells are. Like, the more liches you have, the better. The more sorcerers you have, the better. So, all those are really good. So, that's a payoff to the low end. The special characters, you got the devil, you got a few other things, but it doesn't feel nearly as powerful compared to the dragoons and the generals and the princesses and all those things. So it just feels like a lot of the thing you would want to take would be the high alignment. And I think this conversation got me into like how I would design this type of game to like I guess make it fun to me and make you play all the way through and make it more intuitive and appealing, I guess you could say. So I guess yeah, I would probably want all three branches actually going somewhere. That would be good, and it does a better job of that in Ogre Battle 64 just because there's more classes you can pick from especially from female characters. There's just more places you could go with that. When it comes to the alignment system and reputation and stuff like that, like the game doesn't want you to power your way through, but I guess it only punishes you for doing that by giving you the worst ending, and you're not gonna like see that for an incredibly long period of time. So how would you know you're going the wrong route or whatever? Like it doesn't give you feedback in that regard. I suppose later Ogre Battle games would have more story elements to, I guess, give you more immediate feedback for that sort of thing. But I guess it made me realize I like the army construction and and the the strategical decision making. So in the battles, there's probably too little of that, and in between battles, it probably takes so long for any of those decisions to bear fruit, or any of those characters actually get to a point where you can make decisions that that would also be frustrating. So I guess if I was going to design a game like Ogre Battle, I would want a more complicated tree, which a more complicated tech tree or class tree, which would also dovetail into all kinds of conversations about balance and stuff like that. But is this game supposed to be a game that's balanced? I mean, I guess it's not. It's just a game for you to play and enjoy based on its merits and how you interact with the game. So I guess in general, I can see why this wasn't the most popular thing in the world, and I can see there being a space to improve on it. It'd be nice if the creator of the series would go back to it. I think he's become as he's grown older in age and feeling immortality. I think he's kind of come to grips with that. You know, he might want to work on the thing that kind of defined his early career more. So it'd be interesting to see him work on it. I have heard of there's a game called Unicorn Overlord, which kind of, at least visually, gives me some Ogre Battle vibes. So maybe I'll play that one day and see what I think about that.